how to use Google AdWords for B2B lead generation, turning Google Ads into a predictable B2B lead engine. Google AdWords, now Google Ads, is still one of the cleanest ways to capture B2B demand because it shows up exactly when buyers are searching. Roughly 71% of B2B buyers start their research with a Google search. So if you're not visible, paid or organic, you're usually invisible at the moment intent forms. The goal isn't more traffic, it's more qualified conversations and measurable pipeline. That said, B2B Google Ads is rarely plug and play. Long sales cycles, multiple stakeholders, and higher costs mean you can't run it like e-commerce and expect clean ROI. If your account is built around vanity metrics, Google will happily find you cheap form fills that never become revenue. In this guide, we'll walk through a practical system for B2B lead generation with Google Ads, how to choose the right intent, structure campaigns and landing pages, and connect conversions to SQLs and opportunities. We'll also cover how to operationalize follow-up with your SDR function, whether that's an internal team or a sales development agency, so expensive clicks don't die in the CRM. Why Google Ads still wins for B2B in 2025. Google Ads works in B2B because search behavior is self-qualifying. Prospects type what they want when they want it. When someone searches for platform, software, agency, pricing, or alternative, they're usually signaling an active evaluation. In practice, this is why paid search can outperform many top-of-funnel channels when you treat it as demand capture instead of generic awareness. Benchmarks also make it easier to model outcomes before you spend. Across industries, the average Google Ads conversion rate is about 7.52% in 2025, while B2B search campaigns average around 3.04%, a realistic baseline for demo requests and contact forms. Costs vary by vertical, but planning with an average CPC around $4.22 and an average CPL near $70.11 keeps early projections grounded. The key is that these numbers only become real when you measure the right outcome. If you optimize to the cheapest lead instead of the best lead, you can hit a low CPL and still lose money. Our North Star for B2B accounts is pipeline impact, SQLs, opportunities, and closed-won revenue, not click volume. Start with ICP and intent, not keywords. Most B2B accounts fail because they copy B2C playbooks, broad keywords, high traffic goals, and lots of engagement that never turns into revenue. Instead, start by clarifying your ICP in plain language, industry, company size, tech environment, and the pain you solve. Then decide who is likely searching first, practitioner, manager, or executive, so you can match the query to the right offer. From there, build intent in layers. Bottom funnel terms, software, book a demo, pricing, implementation should be treated as your primary revenue drivers, while competitor and alternative searches can intercept active evaluations when your messaging is crisp. Problem-based searches can work too, but only if you have a strong mid-funnel asset and realistic expectations about conversion rates. Finally, protect your budget with negative keywords and pre-qualification. Blocking job seekers, students, free intent, and irrelevant use cases is non-negotiable in B2B, especially as match types expand. The more clearly you state fit in your ads, team size, minimum price, target market, the more you repel bad clicks and preserve spend for prospects who can actually buy. Campaign structure and landing pages that convert. A clean B2B Google Ads structure usually beats a complicated one. We recommend separating brand, high-intent non-brand, competitor, and remarketing/search retargeting so budgets and messaging don't compete. Consolidation also matters because smart bidding needs consistent conversion volume to learn. Too many tiny campaigns can trap you in permanent learning mode. Your ad should be written to qualify, not just attract. Calling out the audience, mid-market, enterprise, specific industries, and the outcome, pipeline, meetings booked, compliance, speed to value, improves lead quality even if CTR drops. This is where B2B teams often have to unlearn dashboard vanity metrics and get comfortable trading click volume for better fit conversations. Landing pages are where most B2B money is lost, especially when traffic is sent to a generic homepage or product page with too many distractions. For each main keyword cluster, build a dedicated page with message match, headline mirrors the search, a single primary CTA, and proof that reduces risk, case studies, security notes, implementation expectations. If your offer is book a demo, everything on the page should support that decision in under a minute. In B2B paid search, the fastest way to improve ROI isn't a new bid strategy. It's tightening intent, qualifying aggressively, and optimizing to the leads your sales team would actually fight to call first. Track pipeline, not just form fills. One of the most expensive mistakes in B2B Google Ads is optimizing only to lead submissions without CRM feedback. Google will optimize toward the easiest conversions, and those are often the least valuable prospects. When sales gets flooded with low-fit leads, trust erodes quickly, and paid search becomes the first budget cut. The fix is straightforward. Connect Google Ads to your CRM or marketing automation, then import offline conversions that represent real progress. SQL, opportunity created, closed won. You can still track top-of-funnel conversions, but your primary optimization event should map to revenue intent. This is how you prevent the account from scaling the wrong keywords, ads, and audiences. Because B2B cycles are longer, attribution settings matter too. Extend conversion windows to reflect your typical deal velocity and build reporting that compares cohorts over time, not week-to-week noise. When leadership asks, "Is this working?" the most credible answer is opportunity volume and pipeline value by campaign, not just CPL. Avoid the common B2B Google Ads failure modes. Underinvesting is a silent killer in B2B. Tiny budgets and 2-week tests rarely generate enough data for smart bidding to stabilize or for leads to mature into opportunities. Plan for a real test window of 60 to 90 days and a budget that can drive 15 to 30 meaningful conversions per campaign per month, or you'll be making decisions based on randomness. Ignoring remarketing is another self-inflicted wound, especially because B2B buyers review about 11 pieces of content and often progress deep into the journey before talking to a vendor. Remarketing and customer match let you stay present while multiple stakeholders validate the choice, and they help your brand show up again when the buyer returns to search. Without that nurture layer, you're betting everything on one click and one visit. Finally, lead quality issues usually come from unclear qualification, not bad traffic. If you're seeing unqualified submissions, tighten your ad copy with ICP cues, add negatives weekly, and align the form and page content with who you actually want. It's better to generate fewer leads that convert than to buy a pile of names your team will never close. Optimization levers that move cost and quality. Once tracking is clean, you can lean into automation responsibly. Smart bidding and broader match types can unlock long-tail queries you'd never build manually, but only when the algorithm is trained on the right conversion signals. If you feed it cheap leads, it will find cheaper leads. If you feed it SQLs and opportunities, it will chase quality at scale. Audience layering is the second lever that most B2B teams underuse. Pair high-intent keywords with remarketing lists for search, RLSA, in-market custom intent audiences, and CRM-based customer match to increase relevance without going fully broad. This is also where you can reduce waste by excluding existing customers, current opportunities, or consistently disqualified segments. Ongoing optimization should be measured in business outcomes, not just ad metrics. In one B2B PPC case study, paid search drove 67% qualified leads and reduced cost per lead by 20% over 12 months, which is what compounding looks like when you keep iterating. The pattern is consistent. Weekly search term hygiene, monthly landing page improvements, and quarterly account restructuring based on CRM feedback. How Google Ads connects to SDR execution and outbound. Google Ads shouldn't live in a vacuum. It performs best when the rest of your revenue motion is built to catch and convert intent. Paid search captures demand, but your follow-up process converts it. Speed, context, and qualification matter more than ever when CPCs are high. This is where an SDR agency, an outsourced sales team, or a full B2B sales agency can turn expensive clicks into booked meetings through disciplined inbound handling and outbound-style persistence. Operationally, we recommend treating Google Ads leads closer to inbound demo requests than cold outbound. Have SDRs respond quickly, reference the exact page and offer the prospect converted on, and qualify against ICP in the first touch. When you combine this with supporting channels like cold email agency workflows, cold calling services, and LinkedIn outreach services, you also expand your remarketing and customer match pools so your ads reach warmer, more relevant audiences. At SalesHive, we've seen this work at scale by pairing intent capture with consistent sales development execution. Founded in 2016, we've booked 100,000 plus meetings for 1,500 plus B2B clients by combining US-based and Philippines-based SDR teams with our AI-powered platform, including eMod AI personalization. If you're looking to hire SDRs without building everything from scratch, or you're evaluating sales outsourcing, an outbound sales agency partner, or a cold calling agency, the most important next step is aligning Google Ads conversion data with SDR follow-up so you can measure pipeline, not promises.